I'm Arnold Naidu in Washington. The main story is brought to you by Al Jazeera. Voters in Turkey have approved a plan for major changes to the country's constitution. The changes make the military more accountable to civilian courts. Anita McNaught reports from Ankara.
This is a framework for governance and jurisdiction that was set up by the generals after the 1980 coup and has served their interests to a large degree for many years. It's also a status quo that presided over the darkest days in Turkey's history, periods of terrible repression and crackdown. The Kurds, of course, are the ones who most visibly suffered from it, but all other groups in Turkey did as well. So it's a little simplistic to say it's a battle between people who want Turkey to be more Islamic and people who want Turkey to remain secular, because the definition of secularity in Turkey has been hugely coloured by militarism and by an authoritarian judiciary which has worked to uphold that reality.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is reported to have rejected Palestinian calls for, quote, zero settlement building in the West Bank. According to officials, he made the comments in discussions with Middle East envoy Tony Blair. It's still unclear whether Netanyahu will extend the current partial temporary freeze on illegal settlements when it expires at the end of this month. Guinea's interim government has banned street protests after a second day of clashes between supporters of rival presidential candidates. Video phone footage obtained exclusively by Al Jazeera show the moments after fighting broke out in a suburb of the capital, Conakry. One person was killed and 50 others injured. Several U.S. conservative groups held rallies in 3 cities, including one here in Washington. Organizers say they're protesting against big government ahead of the country's upcoming midterm elections in November. Tom Ackerman has more.
The slogans you're hearing now: no more taxes, no more bank bailouts, and against health care, the health care bill that was passed by the Democratic Congress. They hope that the disillusionment with so many of the incentives and initiatives that the Obama administration has passed through Congress, and of course the lingering effects of the economic recession, will be enough to sweep a lot of the incumbents out of Congress in November and bring in Republicans who have pledged, according to the Tea Party precepts, to actually repeal significant aspects of the Obama program. If these people do have their way in just a few weeks, the U.S. Congress will have a significantly different look, and it will be delivering a major repudiation of the Obama administration's major initiatives. Tom Ackerman, Al Jazeera, on the streets of Washington.
And those are our top stories. You can keep up to date with all the news on our website at aljazeera.net/English.